Oh, the shame. What did you do to us? Oh, go over there. Oh, she loves it. Come over here. Okay, number 11. The best new show. Cue the title card. Okay, we come to a brand new award. One created to recognise the continuing quality of brand new TV shows created for the airwaves every year. It was a year in which Steven Spielberg returned to the small screen with not one but two new shows. Being Human got an American makeover, and there was a thing called The Secret Circle. A show that not even Dave Golder will sit through. So has The Secret Circle made the list? Has anybody seen it? Not likely, eh? Okay. So cue the nominees montage, sung in the style of a great anthem. Come Lord, come for the skies, being human, USA, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones. Which one do you reckon? Game of Thrones, yes! Cue the montage! Accepting the award on behalf of the cast and the crew is the man who wrapped it all up, bloody George R.R. Martin again. But he has another bit. I bet he's wearing the same outfit. Yes!
This is George R.R. Martin once again. I still can't be with you, unfortunately, but I wish I could. I'm very pleased to accept the award for Game of Thrones for the best new TV series of the year. And I know that I speak for everybody involved in the show, David Benioff, E.B. Weiss, our wonderful cast, and our hard-working crew, who will all be very excited about this award, as I am. And I think we have some good stuff coming up for you in the second season. We finished filming just recently in Iceland. We previously wrapped our other units in Belfast and in Croatia, and we're now in post-production. The new series will be coming in April. The DVDs of the first season will be coming in March. So you have a lot to look forward to, and hopefully many more seasons after this. But thanks for the nod. We appreciate your enthusiasm. Keep watching.
George is going to be taking a really expensive holiday this year. Right, the next one up, we have Best Actor. Did you all vote for this? Good boy, well done. A chance to recognise the gentlemen rogues who delivered the most memorable performances on TV and film over the last year. A year when Matt Smith continued to dazzle as Doctor, knocking on heaven's door, or death's door, or something. Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage made the biggest impression in a show filled with larger-than-life characters. You like Peter Dinklage? I was going to say earlier about Judge Dredd. Now, I like Judge Dredd, but I like Judge Judy. But which one is best? So, cue the nominees montage. the Misfits, Michael Fassbender for the X-Men First Class, Matt Smith for Doctor Who, and Peter Dinklage for Game of Thrones. You reckon Doctor Who? Yeah, of course it is. Matt Smith. Cue the montage. What do you think? The excuse is, I am stuck in a vortex somewhere off the Dagmar cluster, and I cannot be here tonight. However, I would like Robert Rankin to keep my award. I'll come back and collect it yesterday. Is it there? Bastards. Best Actress. I wonder if more men than ladies voted for the Best Actresses. Cue the title card. Oh, it's there. Now, the turn of science fiction's leading ladies. The long list for the category this year was dominated by performances on TV, with only Captain America's Hayley Atwell making the cut from the world of cinema. But even she doesn't get a look at the top 4 nominees. The nominees montage. To read in a silly voice. Miracle Day, Maisie Williams for Game of Thrones, Karen Gillan for Doctor Who, and Alex Kingston for Doctor Who. I gather you like Alex Kingston best. And the winner is Alex Kingston. Not a hope in hell. However, she has sent a message, and she asked for my dear wife to read it out in the style of Her Majesty the Queen.
My husband and I would like to thank you so much for this lovely award. Unfortunately, due to work commitments in the Commonwealth, I am not able to be here to receive it. It has been wonderful to play with our song over the years, and it is always a thrill to know that the films and the corgis have loved the character just as much as I have playing it. Thank you once again, and I hope everyone enjoys the weekend. I know I will, as I'm off to Balmoral, and that ghastly Camilla woman isn't coming.
Here's a good one. Number 14, Living Legend. Cue the cue card. Now this is one of those special awards, and to recognise a bona fide living legend. And there certainly isn't much doubt that this man is a living legend, so I'll kind of run through a few clues for you. Whether he is ascending Everest like Odin in tweeds, salty sailors on planet World, the winner of the Living Legend, Oh, let's do it in his voice. The winner of the Living Legend, a contender for the greatest living Englishman. How does he do it? Did you hear him sing? Isn't he just a national treasure? Oh, wonderful. The world's greatest living Hawkman. He was in Blake 7, he was in Doctor Who, he was in Space 1999, he was in Flash Gordon, he was being everything. I love him and I wish he was my dad. And quite honestly, if he was coming, you would have heard him by now. He has left us a montage to start with. Cue the montage!
Gordon's alive.
I always like to boast that I went to college with Freddie Mercury. Did cry when he died, I must admit. Yes, he's not coming, but he has left us a video, so put your fingers in your ears. Cue the video!
I think this is marvellous. I mean, receiving this, a living legend. Of course, I mean, it's true, I am a living legend, and I'm modest as well. But this is wonderful, look at it. I get given so few things. I won a pointless the other day in the show, which is rather lovely. And the only thing before this was that I received, in 1993, the Best Actor at the Tenerife Film Festival. And I said, what? The BBC said, you won Best Actor at the Tenerife Film Festival. I said, what for? They said, Galahad of Everest. I said, well, I don't act in it. I just climb a mountain. So I went and received it with Kevin Costner, up for Dances with Wolves, and Daniel Day-Lewis up for the last one, the Mohicans. They were ill with laughter, and they lost the use out of their legs. So I mean, it's a kind of, it was a tremendous shock to receive the award Best Actor at the Tenerife Film Festival for Galahad of Everest. But this, I mean, a living legend. I love space. I've just completed my space training in Space City and Baikonur in Russia. I'm the first reserve for the International Space Station, and I'm through to bits. And therefore, I think space and science fiction has meant so much to me since I was a child. When I saw Buster Crabbe in Flash Gordon, I never dreamt that one day I would actually be Voltan in Flash Gordon, which I think is a wonderful film. It's simply a wonderful, wonderful film, and it has a lovely 1930s style to it. But this has been a miraculous day for me, with lovely people, and to be given this award, I can't thank you enough. It means a lot to me, because it symbolises as living legend, it's about you, it symbolises all I believe in space and the future. And I think that good science fiction is so important these days, because good science fiction is fact. That's what's wonderful about it. I can't thank you enough. I really am thrilled to bits. Thanks a lot. And don't forget, yes, and Jim, Gordon's alive!
Proud to be English, or Welsh, or Scottish, and that is one of the reasons why I am so proud to get up on the stage and do this, because they don't make people like that anymore. Because absolutely marvellous. And now we come to a very special award, which is the Elizabeth Sladen Award. Now, last year's very, very tragic passing of Elizabeth Sladen, it was a loss felt far beyond Doctor Who, and it touched everybody. It touched the young, it touched the old, it touched the viewers, it touched the fans, because she meant something. She meant something. And this very special award, in her name, commemorates the excellence in the field of children's fantasy. And what worthier winner for the series than the series that showcased her immense talent and charm, while also proving that intelligence, wit and imagination are still essential cornerstones for children's television. And here, to say a few words about Liz and present the award to this year's worthy recipient, please welcome back to the stage the man who penned Liz Sladen's return to Doctor Who in School Reunion, Mr. Toby Whitaker.
When Elizabeth Sladen left Doctor Who in 1976, it made front-page news, a testament to how loved she was and how iconic the role of Sarah Jane Smith had become. Never before had such attention been given to the exit of a supporting character. She redefined the role of the companion, from a helpless hysteric to a feisty, intelligent equal to the Doctor. So successful was this reinvention, it has informed the role of the companion ever since, and elements of Sarah Jane Smith have been evident in every companion from then to Amy Pond. And so it was an honour, but a daunting prospect, when I was asked to bring her back to the show. It was a mark of her integrity and professionalism that her only deal-breaking stipulation was that the character be treated respectfully. In the stage directions of School Reunion, I wrote the line, "When the Doctor first sees Sarah Jane Smith, and the big heartbeat of every dad in the country skips a beat, it's Sarah Jane Smith." David Tennant said the only time he was ever starstruck was when he met Liz. Her performance was a triumph, and a new generation fell in love with Sarah Jane. This was consolidated by the success of the Sarah Jane Adventures. She had done the impossible and become an icon twice to two separate generations. She also understood the importance of the show to its fans and their regard for her and her character. She was unfailingly polite and generous. And so it is with enormous pride that I present the first Elizabeth Sladen Award for Excellence in the field of children's fantasy to the Sarah Jane Adventures. And here to collect the award is its principal writer Phil Ford and Anjali Mohindra, who plays Rani.
Hi there. Yeah, we're really thrilled to get this award, and it's a wonderful way to remember Liz and the contribution that she made to television. I grew up with John Pertwee as my doctor, and Liz was very much my companion. I can't tell you what a privilege it was to write for her, as we all felt, and to work with her in all the ways that we did too. Children's television is very important. It's the place where kids can be inspired. You know, their entire lives can, in some ways, and sometimes are, formed by the things that they see when they're kids watching television. And the other really important thing about kids' television as well is that it also inspires other kids to write as well. It's the reason I was inspired. I'm sure it was the reason Toby was inspired. We all were. So this award is just wonderful, and we thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
to imagine. Oh, wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. Okay, we come to one now which has been slotted in here just to... This is ludicrous. Number 16, the Biggest Disappointment Award. Cue the title card. Oh, there it is. This is utterly wonderful. It has become a tradition of American awards at the end of the season, with the Razzies, naming and shaming the biggest turkeys of the year. And it is with that in mind that we present the nominees for the penultimate award of this evening, the last reader voted award. I bet you had fun voting for this one. We ruled out The Secret Sermon and Gulliver's Travels because nobody thought they'd written anything in the first place. We are now going to cue the nominees, and you can boo as you wish. Cue the nominees montage for the really lantern. Boo, Jack's Arsenal Intention. Boo, no cameo for Stanley. Boo, the fairies of True Blood. I tell you, what's coming up now is so good. The winner is no cameo for Stanley in X-Men. Cue the montage. Now, it's probably not going to surprise you that Stan isn't coming. However, I get a chance now to do something which I couldn't even dreamed of doing, because he's done a video acceptance. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Mr. Stan Lee.
Hi, heroes. This is Stan Lee, and I want to humbly and gratefully thank SFX Magazine for this great honor that has been awarded to me. Winning a prize as the biggest disappointment of the year 2011. Not that I was the biggest disappointment, I hope, but the fact that the biggest disappointment was my not doing a cameo in X-Men First Class. I know the anguish and the despair that this must have caused in the hearts and minds of fandom everywhere. I feel your pain, and I deeply, deeply sympathize with you. All I can say is, I shall do my best this year. It's a strange thing to say. I'll do my best not to win a prize, this particular prize, next year, because I couldn't inflict that feeling of despair on all of you a second time. So, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for caring, for just being there, and for letting me express my emotion. And I'm too welled up to speak anymore. But I just want you to know I love you all, and this one honor you have awarded me, it will stay with me forever. Excelsior!
I got to introduce Stan Lee. Oh, we come now to the Outstanding Literary Contribution Award. And as I said, 2 years ago, we gave a Lifetime Achievement Award to Jerry Anderson, and I was pretty thrilled to stand on the stage and do that. Last year, the award was given to Terry, but Terry wasn't really up to taking it, and you heard me, I was emotional. But this gentleman who's about to receive the Outstanding Literary Award, he was one of my absolute heroes when I was young, and one of the people who helped inspire me to write, and many others of my generation. And so, I can do no more than introduce, well, I could say to the first of all, this man who this is. It is none other than Brian Aldiss. And to say a few words to him and to present the award to him is another man who, in his way, is another legend. Maybe 30 years' time, you'll be giving him this award. Mr. Stephen Baxter.
Well, good evening. Would you like the time? No. Outstanding Literary Contribution Award. What can I say? Coincidentally, I dedicated my last book to Brian Aldiss, and I sent him a copy, and he wrote back to me and he said, do you know, I don't think I've ever had a book dedicated to me previously, and you might think that's a bit late in the day. Well, I'm like, well, yes it is, and even in my terms, in terms of my own, in terms of Brian's contribution to my lifetime as well. I think it's over 40 years now since I first read Brian Aldiss, and it was a book called Hot House, which you may know. It's a fantastic Wellesian vision of the far future, set on a jungle Earth, and the jungle is clearly the Burma where Brian served during the war. We're populated by devolved post-humans. It's fantastic. Age 12, 13 or 14 hours, knocked out. But what can we say about Hot House now? Well, for a start, it's a fantastic piece of popular fiction. It's a boy's own adventure. It's full of conceptual breakthroughs. But it's also literarily very ambitious. You know, it's like William Golding, to name a contemporary of Brian's. He's dealing with different kinds of human consciousness. And the genre liked it. It won a Hugo. I mean, this is it with Brian. He's got this broad scope, and I think in a way, Hot House characterised his whole career. He's continued to produce fantastic science fiction. He was a lion of the new wave in the 60s. In the 80s, when he was even older than I am now, he produced Heliconia, another fantastic piece of work. In parallel, he's produced wonderful non-fiction and literary criticism, and he's become a national figure as well. He's been a Booker Prize judge. He's got an OBE. It's fantastic. And this man is here with us tonight, 4,000 fans, in this magnificent shed. It's fantastic. I think the single most important aspect of Brian for me is his generosity to the later generations of writers, including myself. I don't see him as a father figure of the genre, really. He's far too badly behaved for that. But he is a kind of rakish older brother. And so, really with affection, it's a great honour for me to present this award for the outstanding literary contribution to Brian W. Aldiss OBE.
Sorry about the mistake. it's not just because I'm old, it was because of a war wound, World War I. My wife and I had great trouble coming up to Prestatyn. For one thing, it's very difficult for me, with a failing memory, to remember the word Prestatyn. And then I saw West Side Story on a DVD, and I thought, yeah, when I get up to Prestatyn, smoke on your pipe and get fatted. I'm very pleased to get this award from my friend. He's a bit prejudiced, really. However, it's wonderful. I don't know if you can see it clearly down there, but it's pure gold, okay? Very, very nice indeed. I'm very grateful. And I'm very grateful to you lot for sitting there half drunk, I suppose. And it's very nice to be up here. And I much appreciate it. And I had a joke for you. Now, what the hell was the joke? Oh, well, never mind. No. I have been writing, it's true, for a very, very long time. And in my adolescence, the great magazine, there was just about only one magazine, and that was Astounding, edited by John W. Campbell, a great man. And Campbell actually took that magazine out of the schlock department into something very valuable and telling. And although he was a scientist himself, he had some very good literary hints. Now, I'll give you one of them, and then I'll clear off. And this hint was, he said, if you've written a short story and you can't think of a title for it, the story's no bloody good. So my advice is, always think of the title first. Thanks a lot, folks. Nice to see you all drunk.
I still have stayed with Brian all this result. Back it on net. Well, it's come to that time of the evening, isn't it? Do you want to hear the wife play the ukulele? She has to take her gloves off first. Do the sound check. Can you hear that? We're going to sing a song, and if you'd like to make it a really magic moment, you do all know this song. I've written some new verses, but you know the chorus. Half of you love this song, and half of you absolutely hate it. However, if you join in the chorus, we can actually have a magical moment at the end of the show, yeah? Yes, lots of unconvinced faces. you tell what it is yet? Such a perfect day up here in northern Wales. We had no storms or gales, we had fun. Such a perfect day, the SFX Awards. You came in your glittering hordes, we had fun all together. Oh, it's such a perfect day, I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day, you just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Such a perfect day. Thank you for having us. We didn't make too much fuss. We had fun. Such a perfect day. And thank you to the SFX crew. We cannot do this without you. You're such fun. One more time. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Oh yes, it's been a perfect day. We had stars, we had videos, we have had accents. It has been a joy. Now we are heading to the bar, and so thank you one more time, because it's such a perfect day. Now, I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. 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 Thank you very much. We'll see you in the bar. Thank you, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Robert Rankin and Rhaegar.